Welcome back, guys. We're backstage with the cabinet. Time is getting ever closer, guys, for our main event tonight on Raw. Undisputed Championship will be on the line. Yamasaki Yoshino versus Antonio Goldman. And right now you can see the steel cage falling from the rafters. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, your undisputed champion, Yamasaki Yoshino. So the cabinet was duped last week. They've been duped so far this week, as Yoshino has to defend his undisputed title in the steel cage. Earlier tonight, the cabinet was able to take out Apollo and MVP. At WrestleMania, MVP will take on Vermongo one-on-one in singles competition. And the winner of this matchup will defend their undisputed championship against the Royal Rumble winner, Superstar Craig David. For weeks the cabinet has ruled the MPWF. They have unfared everyone, and for the first time they are experiencing it on themselves, and they don't like it one bit. And now Yoshino has to take part in this volatile steel cage match, a match where him and Goldman will destroy each other. This is the rematch to their matchup at the Royal Rumble, where Yoshino screwed Antonio Goldman. Mr. Vermongo screwed Antonio Goldman. Antonio Goldman was the first ever undisputed champion in MPWF history, and directly after his matchup he was attacked from behind, and a match was made, an impromptu championship match, and Yoshino was victorious there. Goldman now has the opportunity to get retribution, to win that undisputed championship back, to be known again as the best and the top of the MPWF. We saw tonight that Lethal Mathematics was able to get retribution over Systematic Carnage when he won the YouTube Championship. Can Goldman succeed? Can Goldman defeat Yoshino here tonight on Raw to become the brand new MPWF Undisputed Champion? And that is what is on the line, guys. The MPWF Undisputed Championship. That is what this matchup is about here tonight. These two men are going to go inside of a steel cage, and this is going to be a war, guys. This is not going to be for the faint of heart. Antonio Goldman already attacking Yamasaki Yoshino. And Goldman stomping away at Yoshino now. Goldman, look at these shots at Antonio Goldman, starting off strong. And now look at this, throwing Yoshino in the steel cage. See, the key to this matchup is to either climb outside of the cage by either going through the top or going out the cage door, or pinning or submitting your opponent inside of the cage. And I mean, you have the opportunity to use this cage to the best of your abilities to absolutely destroy your opponent with the cages we've seen Goldman do so far. And Yoshino fights out with that discus punch. And now Yoshino turning Goldman around. This match is super personal between these two. So these two were in the finals of the MPWF Undisputed Championship Tournament. They went head-to-head in a ladder matchup. The winner would have the opportunity to become the first ever Undisputed Champion, which Goldman was successful in. And like I said, after the matchup, the impromptu match was made, and Yoshino ended up winning the championship. Now we saw in a sick and heinous act Yoshino defend his title against MXC, and what a reversal there by Goldman. And Goldman fights back with a spine buster. As we said before, Yoshino defended his championship against MXZ last week on Raw on the Tribute to Truth show, where he absolutely injured the kid. He concussed him. And I mean, MXZ is still out after that matchup. That is the sickness of Yoshino. Instead of him defending his title against I say a more prepared superstar. He defends it against MXZ and then tries to end his career. And one elbow drop off the top rope there by Goldman. Said you cannot take chances in this steel cage matchup. If this is about the Undisputed Championship, you're going to have to win this match as quick as possible. And look at that DDT there by Antonio Goldman. And Yoshino on the floor, struggling here. So this Denver, Colorado crowd has been hot all night for MPWF RAW action. And it's still going to be hot as we see Superstars Episode 4 on YouTube is going to be. It's still in Denver, Colorado. And then we head to SmackDown Episode 10, which is going to be great as well, guys. And don't forget our next CPV, MPWF WrestleMania. The biggest CPV of the year, the biggest CPV of them all. And Yoshino with the senton splash off the top rope. And now Yoshino got Goldman up in that headlock. And now look at this. Smashing Goldman head first in the steel cage. And this is what you do. You punish your opponent with the cage, with the surroundings. And look at Yoshino. He's absolutely destroying Goldman here. And Goldman now holding onto the cage and fights back with an elbow. And Goldman now with a headbutt to Yoshino absolutely drops the champion. See, many people didn't even believe that Goldman would have the opportunity to win the first matchup for the Undisputed Championship. But I was actually impressed by the cabinet that nobody came and interfered during the ladder matchup. And that's what I'm hoping happens in this match, that there are no interferences. That this can be a one-on-one contest between Goldman and Yoshino. But the chances of that happening are very, very slim. And now Goldman going for a cover here. And Yoshino gets the shoulder up. I've always wondered, where the hell did the referee go? Why is the referee not in the steel cage? Is he that afraid that these guys are going to absolutely destroy each other in this matchup? They're going to get on. Yoshino again, his head bounced off the cage once more. And Goldman now with the spit punch as he fights back against Yoshino. And on a knife hand chop there by Antonio Goldman. And Goldman now back with that headlock once more. Now here's a knife hands in the corner, and Goldman is just punishing the hell out of Yoshino. And I can't say Yoshino doesn't deserve it. And Yoshino fights back now with the chops of his own. No, just one, and was enough to knock over the challenger. And now Yoshino kicking Goldman in the gut here. And now, what a drop kick there by Yamasaki Yoshino. And the hell was that? Yoshino there with a senton, it seemed. And now another punch to Goldman in the face. And now a discus punch there by Yamasaki Yoshino. And this is just a straight fight. Ain't nothing technical about this steel cage matchup. Don't forget that these two also took part in the steel cage matchup at SummerSlam. We saw a fatal four-way steel cage match for the World Heavyweight Championship as Joe Eagle defended against Goldman, Yoshino, and the man Yoshino ran over, KK Quam. And Goldman should have won that matchup. Joe Eagle stuck out a pinfall victory out of nowhere during that steel cage matchup. So can Goldman win this one tonight? And what a kick there by Yamasaki Yoshino. The athleticism of Yoshino is amazing. You can't take that away from the Undisputed Champion. And what a drop kick there by Yoshino taking down Antonio Goldman. And another thing, ladies and gentlemen, that you can't forget about is superstar Craig David, the 2010 Royal Rumble winner. It seems that he may be lost in the mix here, but don't forget about Craig David, because, I mean, he will face the winner of this at WrestleMania. There will be no more Undisputed Championship matches after this one is all said and done. And Yoshino going for the cover there with his foot on the rope, and Goldman kicking out, and that's not even illegal. Yoshino can do that all he wants. This is no disqualification. This is a steel cage match. And now Yoshino spraying the green mist in Antonio Goldman's eyes, blinding him. Could we be seeing a fascist exploder here? Now turning him around, ladies and gentlemen, and here comes the Osaka street cutter. And look at that modified stunner that drives his head and neck into the shoulder of Yoshino, and Yoshino probably should go for a cover here. I know Yoshino wants to punish Antonio Goldman. Yoshino wants to prove that the cabinet is not done yet. The cabinet's reign of terror will continue here in the MPWF. He is the dictator. He said that you don't have to like him as leader. You just have to accept it. And now Yoshino heading up to the steel cage, looking to make an attempt here to escape the first attempt of the match. And now Goldman now throwing Yoshino off the steel cage. Yoshino making the first attempt to escape here. And now Goldman trying to escape on the other side here, thinking about the MPWF Undisputed Championship. Yoshino seems to be out on his feet, and Goldman climbs up slowly. Obviously, he can barely see from being sprayed in the eye with a green mist. And now Yoshino throwing Goldman off the top of the steel cage now. And now Yoshino picking Goldman up, and that what a punch there by Yoshino. And now Yoshino smashing Goldman one more time, face first on the Hell in a Cell. Sorry, the steel cage. Oh my God, what am I thinking? Jesus Christ, I just watched the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. A pretty good event, must say. Definitely enjoyed that triple threat match between John Morrison, The Miz and Daniel Bryan for the U.S. Championship. But enough of me talking about WWE. This is the MPWF. This is the home of the best call wrestling you'll ever see. And Yamasaki Yoshino throwing Goldman into that turnbuckle, now setting Goldman on top of it. And Yoshino telling Goldman he's going to do something big here. Better do it, Yoshino. Goldman fighting out of the corner here. Now Goldman on the top rope. And a missile dropkick off the top there by Antonio Goldman. But ladies and gentlemen, we're heading for a break. When you return, we'll continue this Undisputed title match.